Yo, so how is everybody doing today? This is number 4 of Let's Talk About That. My girlfriend's right here, and we're going to talk about this video that we just found. And we watched it earlier when we were eating. It's a streamer who killed his girlfriend on screen for donations. I never knew about this guy. He's a Russian streamer. All of this info I got from Dire Trip, so please go give him a sub if you can. You want to start and say your thoughts on it after watching it? Maybe explain it a bit for the viewers.
Where should I start?
It's a crazy story.
A lot happened. So this takes place in Russia, I guess, and he is what's known as a trash streamer, someone who does stupid things online for money, and it started with simple things, still bad, but like more simple, where like someone will donate like $10 and say, slap your girlfriend real quick, and he'll do it, right? And
I should note, just to add to your story, keep your spot in mind. Twitch and YouTube does not prohibit this, but you got to understand with trash streamers, you'll have hours and hours of nothing happening, and in like 1 minute out of all those hours, something happens. So like those are the moments we're talking about right now. That's how it all started. So YouTube and Twitch was not aware of this for a long time because like they would barely do it on camera, but it got more and more prominent. Back to what you're saying.
It started with small stuff like that, and that's not like really small, but in comparison to what happens later, that is small. And that just escalates over and over, and to the point where people are saying, beat your girlfriend, we'll give you like $100, and like he literally starts beating his girlfriend on camera.
And that's not the worst yet.
After a while, it escalates even further to...
You forgot something I'm going to add to your story?
Okay.
She went to the police numerous times, and each time she would explain what happened, and but not press charges. Because she still liked him. And he, quote-unquote, and I'm not even lying about this, says, oh, I could never see myself loving her as she's a prostitute.
And there's no confirmation about her being a prostitute.
So we don't know. That's just what he's been saying.
And he could be saying this to, like, lessen his charge or something.
And even then...
That's still awful. You shouldn't beat anyone, prostitute or not.
No, this is all in Russia.
Yeah. Where was I? Oh, yeah. After she, like, reported him a few times, it kept escalating.
But it felt like it stabilized for a while. Like
yeah, it like kept escalating, but so slowly that you couldn't really notice the escalation.
Until a certain day in December 2020.
In the middle of the winter.
So, note that the person who helped them do what we're about to explain was one of her best friends.
You explain this part.
Okay, so it is a day, very cold day, almost 0 degrees outside.
Past freezing point.
Past freezing point. And her and her friend are drinking on stream with him, as they always do. And they're listening to music, having a good time, you'd think. Until the biggest donation of his career pops on screen. $1,000 donated to him. However, they ask him to do something. No, they didn't ask him to do it for $1,000 and he would get the money. He already has the money. He could say no. And just like, no, I won't do it. You know? And he has that $1,000 still. But he chooses... he doesn't say kill her for $1,000. He says beat her and leave her outside. So he does it. And you know who aids him? And this is what I cannot fucking understand. Her best friend aids him.
The only possible reason, which is still a disgusting reason, that I could think of is that maybe she wanted some of the money. And
that's fucking
she helped,
gross.
She would get some. Which is still disgusting. She's not a girl's girl, okay?
So, you think that, like, okay, just beat her and leave her outside. Okay, that's not killing her. But you gotta understand, it's the middle of winter in Russia. In Russia.
It's like negative degrees.
So he does exactly what the donation asks. And to cut the story short, she doesn't make it. As about 30 minutes after he goes back to the stream with her friend and just kind of chills and relaxes and continues drinking, he added something to this. He made her naked. Yes, he beat her and removed her clothes and left her outside. So now she's freezing to death out there.
He left her in nothing but like a bra and underwear.
Yes, and authorities were actually called to the scene because they were just like, what do we do? Because they kind of went out to get her at the end of the stream. The stream is still going, but like it's getting to the near end of the stream. And they go and get her, and she's not doing good. She has no pulse. She's on the ground. So he brings her inside, and he starts crying, which I don't understand at all. How are you gonna cry for like the woman that you claimed to be a prostitute that you could never love for and all that, like, and then like you beat her and all this wild shit that I don't agree with, but at the same time you do all this wild shit and you say you love her? I don't know. I don't know.
Keep in mind that all of this is on stream, so you can literally watch him doing CPR to her dead body and just see her laying there on the floor, dead, as he's calling 911.
YouTube and Twitch at this point still doesn't remove the live stream.
Because apparently they don't know, and apparently his fans are sadistic.
It gets worse, though. So, when authorities arrived on the scene to a crying dude about his girlfriend, and he told authorities everything he did. Like, you're like, okay, he's coming clean. He tells them everything, right? The next day, he says he never did it.
He changes his story.
He changes his fucking story after telling them he did beat her on stream. And he did all these things on stream. He changes his story. And I never did it.
He tries to say he was innocent and that she walked out there of her own volition.
When on stream, it shows it.
You can literally see him and her friend pushing her out the door onto the balcony. Naked and covered in cold water, by the way. They dumped cold water on her.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the water part.
Yeah, they dumped cold water on her before they shoved her
outside. So it's like, they knew what they were doing. At this point, they know full right.
Sorry, this makes me amped up.
So all this together, the reason why I'm telling you this story is a lot of people didn't understand the censorship that YouTube enforced 3 years ago. It was heavy censorship.
But
think about it. This is why. This is the main seed. This is the main egg that actually blossomed the censorship that we have on YouTube. A lot of people complain about it. A lot of people don't like the censorship. Oh, you can't cuss this much. You can't make money from violence, and that violence be video games or something, or like an animation you make. Well, it's not just animations or like these things that the censorship was enforced for. It was enforced because of this one crime.
That's not even mentioning the one where someone shot a crossbow through a door and killed his friend. That's
just another reason why censorship is a big thing on the line right now. And a lot of people will have criticism. A lot of people might fire back at me for this, but I gotta say I do enjoy the censorship to be able to enforce against stuff like this, because this is horrible. He has a few more examples of stuff that was happening. There was another stream that caused this to happen. It was a stream of two younger teenagers who, one of them had a sexual relationship with this mom of a family, and she had a divorce to try and keep the relationship with this younger man. And what he ended up doing was drugging her and inviting his friends over to stream him destroying her house. And he would destroy it more for more donations. Another one was a divorced man. He went home and beat his wife on stream because he was telling people about the divorce on stream, and they're like, "You should go and pay her back for what you did." And he actually does it. He is convinced by chat to go do this for some reason. So after these three crimes all kind of happen in sync, a prime minister in a certain country, I forgot the country right now, he enforced this rule across the world that YouTube and Twitch get counseled for these crimes. Like, if it's online, it's an extra 6 years. If it's on stream. So, like, say you go to prison for manslaughter for 20 years, it's now 26 if you do it on stream. Just because, like, he had enough of this just happening. He keeps hearing about, like, this streamer does this streamer does that. And it's like, I do agree. You have to be held accountable for this shit. Like, you can't just be going on stream, like, slapping your girlfriend or, like...
Literally murdering
Let's
her.
change it around. Like, let's say the girl slicing off her boyfriend's balls for donations or something like that. You can't be doing this. Like,
Doesn't
either
matter
way,
who does it to
who does
anyone.
it to anybody, this is going to give streamers a bad name. And that's why censorship became such a big thing on YouTube. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to bring that up. I didn't have a video earlier today, so I took a break. Or that's what I said on my Discord. But I found this video and we watched it, and it was crazy enough to make a video about. So go give Dire Trip a sub. That's where I found all this info from. And I hope you have a wonderful day. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, all that good shit. And I can't wait to see you next video. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. Peace out.